Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Today is Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. My name is Edward Bevilacqua. Here we are once again at Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help our students and interested people experience this life. Meaning, this is not all there is. We are not just atoms in the void. We have a transcendent soul, a soul that continues after death. And what happens next is a function of what happens now. So our goal is to help our students and interested people to best experience this life in 4 areas: physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And we say, if your goal is to be just a little bit better in each of those every day, you will accomplish, we each will accomplish that goal. So consider it like a 4-legged table, right? How good is a 4-legged table versus a 3-legged table? 2-legged table doesn't really work, right? 4 legs solid, you can stack a lot of stuff on it. And the more solid the legs, the more better they're attached, the more firmly and better they're attached, even the more weight you can put on it. And then there are things that you can do to actually extend the size of the top of the table by adding more things on, so you can get just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and that thing can carry a tremendous amount of weight. But if one of the legs falls, the whole thing comes down. So consider that like mentally good, emotionally good, spiritually good, but physically not good. Have a stroke at the age of 50, and what happens? Boom, wiped out. Or some other physical ailment, wiped out. Or emotionally just unstable. You're good physically, you're good mentally, you're good spiritually, but emotionally can't control your emotions. You will be taken out of the game. Same thing with spiritually. Good physically, mentally, emotionally, but spiritually you don't know. You don't have a solid spiritual base. Whammo, wiped out. Good morning, what not a bevy. How is the stream quality on your end? Is it fair to middling? You say muss is, because muss ain't don't sound right. Okay, well, okay, so today is Wednesday. That means volunteers breakfast. That means it's going to be a short one. Yes, hooray. So let's get into it. On our worksheet, the themo of today is good values, good character, good deeds. What? Right, good values, good character leads to good deeds. That is from Ryan Holiday, Daily Stoic's newest book. So that's the theme of today. Good values and good character lead to good deeds. Okay, advice from an 80-year-old. Lend only those books you never care to see again. Yeah, be prepared to buy them again. Be prepared to buy them if you like them. But if you highlight it, if you annotate it, not a good idea to let somebody have it. Okay, we've got some other red letter stuff in here today. Darren Hardy, good red letter, the power sequence most people miss, but not you. We also have Seth's blog, red letter, And the TED Talk for today is Ignatius Practical Leadership. So Monday, okay, so again, week 4, today is day 3 of week 4. Monday, crisis leadership. Tuesday, pure leadership. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, practical leadership. So Monday we looked at, so this goes on a natural distribution, right? A bell curve. Sometimes you're going to be in crisis. Sometimes it's going to be pure. It's going to be perfect. Most of the time it's going to be in between. And Ignatius of Loyola is a great example for us because it's a guy that started out good, but felt he was above the law, took advantage of a lot of things, had advantages that other people didn't have. So he wasn't a scrapper from the beginning. He wasn't somebody who clawed his way from the beginning. He had it pretty easy, came from a good family, but they didn't have money. They had land, old family. So that, and he was like the 13th kid. That enabled the family to send him to the court of Ferdinand to learn to be a soldier, but also hopefully marry the daughter of somebody that had no sons or a son that died. Keep it in the, it's just us. He was a brawler of the law, took advantage of his station, got in the army, injured, and then his life, the tablecloth yanked out from underneath him. His life radically changed in the flash of a cannonball. Went through a long recuperation, mental anguish. His whole life's plan taken away. So he needed to replace it, and he did. But in between, as he's going into the depths, the dark night of the soul, his hero's journey, etc., in the cave, the hero's journey has a vision that gives him the ability to climb his way out of that mental hell he was in. So, and then he went on to do things for almost the last 500 years that are quite remarkable. But we use it as an example to say if he could do all of that, we can do something. Audio seems different than usual. Okay. Wonder what this. Oops. Sorry. Or if it's the blue snowball effect. Well, I'm not going to screw around with that right now. Don't want to make it worse, right? Okay. So we're focused on practical leadership today. Practical leadership. And I've got a couple things I've got to do. Today's our Wednesday morning breakfast. As I said, that's a good thing. Number one. Number two, I have a call at 7:40. Important call. Yesterday, I earned my Uh-oh. Because I've lost it already? Oh no. I know what it is. Well, that wasted a minute. But I earned my personal care training certificate. So now I get to be a PCA. and in a few weeks, my CHW. And so, yeah, all right. Anyway, time is racing, 10 minutes in. Let's get to the rest of our stuff. So that means I could bill Medicaid. Well, almost. That means I have the ability to be able to bill Medicaid. But it also means a lot of other things that are not important for this conversation. Okay, red letter. Let's look at Seth's blog. Effort and value. We expend effort. We create value. It's easy to get confused about which one we're going to ultimately be compensated for. Right. We get compensated for the value we create, not the effort we expend. A lot of people think, hey, I showed up, I should be rewarded. And these kind of that, it's not really new anymore, but the idea of everyone gets a prize just because they showed up is a dangerous concept, creates mediocrity. Okay, so Seth Godin reminds us we get rewarded, we get compensated for creating value, not for expending effort. Because if it was on expending effort, whoever was the hardest worker would get paid the most, but that's not how it works. You don't want a hardworking brain surgeon. You want a talented brain surgeon who's willing to work hard if need be. Okay, let's see what else we have. Darren Hardy, red letter. The power sequence most people miss, but not you. And this has to do with motivation. And so we believe that motivation precedes action. But it turns out, I think he mentions a Harvard study, it turns out that action creates motivation. You can't wait to be motivated. You have to start acting, and then you get motivated. Start doing. If you think about, do I want to get out of bed? Do I want to start that? Do I want to do whatever? You're going to talk yourself out of action. Darren Hardy's thing is mainly basically paraphrasing, autopilot for action creates motivation. And he mentioned somebody that said, I'm very lucky. My motivation shows up at 9 o'clock every morning when I start working. So action precedes motivation. Let's see, Daily Stoic. That's our theme of today. Good values, good values, character, good deeds. Good values, and you have good character, you will do good deeds. Good things will happen. Okay, so that's it for that. I've done 25 minutes stretching in core this morning. Now I've got to do Zipellaton, and I really kind of want to be out of here around 7 because I have a 7:40 Zoom call and our breakfast is at 8, so I got to get everything set up. And so, yeah. So what's new with you? What not a bevy? What a bevy. It's like wada. I have that porcupine syndrome going today. It's starting to get rainy here. I thought it was April showers bring May flowers. Hurricane season is coming. Okay, well, I am happy that you're here. And that reminds me to say good morning, Miss Trinkle, wherever you are. Yeah. Let's see, what else? What else? Okay. Why the podcast? Repetition, building better habits. every day our goal should be just to be just a little bit better in 4 areas. Physically, a little bit better focus on fitness and health. What we ingest, get out there, do a little bit of walking, breathing exercises, whatever. Mental, always be learning. I really suggest getting starting a Perplexity account. I'd say invest the money for Perplexity Pro and just start musing. Just start asking questions, and you will be amazed how your learning increases in particular subjects. And then check the sources, references. But I think it's pretty good, but it's just the start. I think it's pretty good just the start. I look at it, AI, Perplexity, ChatGPT, etc., as going from when we had slide rules to calculators. Did having a calculator make people worse at math? No, it made them worse in memorizing their multiplication tables. Didn't need to do math in your head anymore. And now you don't really need to do math in your head at all. It's kind of like a parlor trick now. I'm still pretty good. I would say compared to most people, I'm like 95th percentile doing math and things in my head, statistics, but it's totally unnecessary. You've got your phone. You don't even need to use your fingers. You can just say, hey, what's the square root of 482,000? And you come up with the number. I think AI is going to be the same thing. It's not going to make us dumber. It's just going to make us have to remember fewer things. Don't need to put it in your long-term memory. We can put other things in our long-term memory, like good character, good deeds, good values, good character, good deeds. Focus on stuff like that. Okay, we're going to call it a day. Thank you for being there. Okay, see where Maticus von Atticus is. Okay, so remember the point here, come together, unity, tribe, family, etc. Repetition, creating better habits, repetition, and get comfortable being uncomfortable. What not a bevy? How about a call?